don't know. Firm, at least. It was pretty firm. Taxi! Hey, good morning, big bikers. Well, here we are at Morgan. Morgan is that spot on the Murray River where it comes from the east. It travels along towards the west, and as you go down there, you can't see it does a big left turn to head south. And it's at this point there's a town of Morgan, and this used to be a very, very big shipping port for the houseboats. I've put some video footage in and got a whole heap of stuff from around here. You know, all the explorers. It was this corner that allowed all of the early explorers and stockmen and the overlanders that came in from Sydney. They would come down to this intersection, to this corner of the Murray, and they would turn and head south down towards Adelaide. Anyway, it's a ride day today. And before we I'll get on the bike and I'll tell you what's going on. So you can see I've got my Gammon on today, and the reason for that is we're going into some pretty remote country. I am by myself. I keep going to put out a video or a note on the Facebook going, hey, I'm doing this ride this weekend. It's always my plan, but my plans change sometimes. I don't want to mess people around, but the plan for today is we're heading towards Renmark now, but we're going to turn off here and we're going to head up it's called the old mail route, which goes from Morgan up to Yunta. And Yunta, as you'll know if you've been watching the videos for a while, is that spot on the highway. It's a dot, it's a service station and not much else. And it's that where you come in from Broken Hill along the Barrier Highway and then you go north up towards the Flinders Ranges. That's how we've done it in the past whenever we've come in from the east coast. So we're heading on this mail route, or I am, Mrs. Jones and I, we are, and it's fairly remote. I don't think there's too much of a drama along here, but I don't want to put myself at risk because this is very remote. I was going to do it during the week, and I thought, you know what, there's probably going to be more vehicles out and about on the weekend, so that's kind of why I've left it. Now, if you see these pipelines all through South Australia, it's because that's how they distribute the water around the place. So these pipelines, they're pumping water out of the Murray, obviously, and then they're distributing it all over South Australia. This particular pipeline is the Morgan to Whyalla line, and during the week actually I went out in the car because it was 43 degrees. There was no way known I was going for a ride, but I went for a drive in the air conditioning. It's very nice. I followed this line for a little while down through the country, so it goes all the way down to Whyalla. There's a water treatment plant here and a pumping station, but there's pumping stations all the way along. Okay, where are we going? I think... I think I've missed the turn. What? Hang on, that's all right. Too busy talking to you lot. Right, I'll go find the right turn. I missed that completely. Alright, I think this is it. All you local fellas I rode past that going, you missed the turn! Anyway, here we go. We're on the right road. Solar panels. Come on, baby! So according to my calculations, Yunta's about 150 k's in a straight line, so I've got plenty of fuel, and I'll refuel up there. I found another way I think I can come back, but I'll check that out. But if you remember a couple of videos ago, it was actually when I first crossed into South Australia. I said I really wanted to do the road up to Yunta from Renmark, and just because I had to cross over through the state border at the time. I had to go, not the state border, but the checkpoint where they had and it was just, I couldn't have been bothered. So I didn't do it. But I have always had the intention of doing this ride from somewhere like Morgan or Renmark up to Yunta. So it turns out Morgan we're going to do it. Anyway, like I said, I'm just going to take it pretty easy today because I am by myself. And I'm in some fairly remote country, and it's only going to get remoter. I don't have any phone signal at all out here, so I didn't even bring my, and that's why I've got that, so I can actually set off the SOS beacon if I need to. There's not much out here. So for those of you that aren't familiar with this part of the country, we're kind of north of the Murray River. We've kind of pushed further up into like almost the start of the Outback, start of the desert. I mean, from here all the way up to the Flinders Ranges, there's not much, and it's all pretty flat and very dry. Just this really low saltbush kind of scrub that's just obviously because it's still there. Sheep don't like it, cows don't like it. It's pretty hardy and rugged because it gets very hot up and cold. It's a 6-speed, that's right. Changes, isn't it? Just very sandy all of a sudden. So we're coming up to 100 kilometres of just riding in the bush, and the surface is just so weird. It's like, it doesn't look soft, but it's just so powdery. It's not bull dust either because it's not building up, so it's like sandy, but it's just really, I'm not sure if it's deep gravel or deep sand, but it just changes. It goes to this kind of marbly surface and then just goes into really deep stuff and then goes back to hard. Look at that. Just, come on. The tyre pressures are probably a little bit too high because it's been running for a while, and its ambient's pretty hot. It's about 28, so the front's gone up to about 29 degrees or 29 psi, so a little bit hard for this kind of stuff. It should be down around 20, so if it continues to cause problems, I'll probably just pull over and let some air out. Yeah, just really squirmy. It's not dangerous, it's just uncomfortable when it sneaks up on you. Because it's just so hard to read. That's the problem with it. It's just it's actually really difficult to pick. You can just be riding along on this kind of surface. The next minute your front wheel's going to do that. So just trying to keep it all together. Don't ask me what I'm doing here, I don't know. Just trying to find somewhere to shade to park. Alright, just stopped to have a little fly of the drone. It's well, I was going to say let's keep on moving. We don't have any daylight issues really, because it's just it's like sunset today is like 8:30. So, but you know, it's all about getting off the road before the animals take over. Traction control. Oh, better when you're moving. Well, it's not overly hot. Well, 33 degrees. But it's a really dry heat. You know, it's just not ridiculous humidity like it is in the northern part of the country. Yunta and Burra. Stuartvale Homestead. Sturtvale, sorry. Oops, sorry. I know better than that. Ah, yep. Very soft. Oh. Well, obviously had some water through here, which is good. We actually had a good bit of rain the other night. Oh, that's right, yeah, I remember they said on the news the road from Broken Hill to Yunta was closed, so that kind of would have all come down through here, close to flooding. Interesting. We might come back this way, but for now, let's go to Yunta. Let's get a picture of that. I don't feel like lifting up my bike. around that way, and I think we're going to do that. Maybe not. Now you can't see it because the wide angle lens is so wide. It's no good for distance. But the ranges on the horizon starting to appear, and that's the lower end of the Flinders Ranges. We're getting close to that part of the country that I love so very much. And we are going up there during this trip, but we're just going to wait till a little bit closer to winter. We're going to head up into the Flinders Ranges. I mean, it jolly snowed up there last year, so, you know. So we're going to find we've got a little bit more coastal work to do in the van over the next couple of months. We're going to go and do the York Peninsula and then some of the Eyre Peninsula, and then probably around May, June, when it's cooled down enough, we're going to start heading up into the desert. Yeah, there is no way around that one. That looks safe. That's the plan, but you know, as we know, things change. Oh, okay, should be dry enough. All good. Yeah, it's starting to get a bit clearer now. I don't know whether you can see those ranges off in the distance. Very cool. We're in the Outback now. Hey! Oops. Come on, girl. Get out of that. Yeah, I think it's just easier to go around and safer. I do love this motorcycle, I've got to tell you. It is so good. We're stuck here. Oh, we're stuck right here in that groove. We're stuck in a groove then. Okay, so no. I saw a track over here. There it is. But this is such deep mud. Where did that track go? Oh, we just go round it, eh? It's pretty dry out here. No, it's not. Oh, no, that's I'm sinking in. I'm going to go find, that must have gone way over. I'm going to go back. Hang on. pretty solid here. That doesn't go anywhere. I thought that was the track around it, but it's not. We're going to have to go through it. Oh dear. Firm at least. It was pretty firm. Okay, so far so good. Getting absolutely soaked. It doesn't matter. Oh. Okay. My legs are just soaked because I'm obviously going through so slow, but the good thing is it's like 31 degrees, so it'll dry pretty quick. It's cooled my legs down. Okay. A little bit of water in the desert. Ooh, hello. Having a little snooze under a tree. It's funny, you kind of come out of the wide open desert and then down into this sort of kind of creeky area. Geez, I've had some water. That looks a bit deep. Maybe just the colour of the water. Yeah, just the colour of the water. You're kind of back into the desert. Back in these hills at the kind of the lower end of the Gammon Ranges. They've probably got their own name actually. I have to have a look. There's something written there on the map, but it's too small to see what I'm writing. So yeah, it's neutral. Neutral is a gear. It's just a neutral gear. Oh, whoa. Little bit of a washout. Hey, no problem. Red flag's got to be something, right? Looks like it's probably a washout or something. Oh yeah. for those red flags. Oh. Stopping a lot for that sort of stuff. If you've watched any of my videos or Flinders trips, you'll know I absolutely love these river gums. They're just an amazing tree. Really, it just is so typical of this whole area of South Australia. Yeah, I've had some water through here though. So it's just so typical of this whole kind of Gammon Ranges, Flinders Ranges area. It's just a magnificent tree, and you just, you know, you get away from the creek beds and they're just scrawny little things, but as soon as you get down near the creeks, it just, whether it's a permanent water hole or not, there's obviously enough water underground for them to be able to, you know, survive and thrive. They're just a fantastic tree, and they'd be hundreds of years old. If trees could talk, right? How good's this country, eh? Love it. Absolutely love it. Once we get over these little set of hills, we should drop straight into Yunta. There we go. There's Yunta there. Yunta's quite a famous little place too, apart from the fact that it's kind of a jumping off point for a lot of the adventure riders as they head up from New South Wales up into the Flinders. Yunta is actually where, before he became the mailman of the Birdsville track, a fellow by the name of Tom Cruise, who famous for being the Birdsville mailman, he had a depot, or he worked at a depot here, a trucking depot here, and so it's got a little bit of history. I think of the name of that ruins, I think it's Walkarinka ruins, just north of here, on the way up to Arkaroola or Hawker, depending which way you go. But I remember waiting there, it was about 30 minutes while and I figured someone had had a crash, and that was that crash where ADV rider bloke ended up in the dust bowl. Just got covered in dust. That was such a funny thing. There's the Indian Pacific line, this railway line here. That's Indian Pacific. I don't tell us it's got a road close sign on it. We know how they feel about road closed signs in yeah, road closed. Well, it wasn't closed from the end I came at it from, and I doubt if it's closed anymore. Alright, let's go get some fuel, have something to eat. We arrive into spelled Y-U-N-T-A, but I reckon it's Yanta. Either that or he's having a lend to me. Looks like Yunta to me. Alright. I'm going to go have some lunch and we'll work out where we're going to go from here, which way we're going to get back to Morgan. Alright, well, here we are at Yunta. Poor girl's quite dirty, that's alright. Had a bit of a look at the map and making a decision which way to go. I don't really want to go back the way that I came. So I don't really want to go back the way I came. Because well, technically that road's closed, although I came at it from the other end, and there's potentially I mean, well, two things. I don't like going the same way I came. There's no point in covering the same ground. But it is closed, but the chances of a cop seeing me do something pretty low, so I'm not really worried about that. Yeah, so anyway. So this is that road closed sign. So that's the way I came. So technically it's closed, so I shouldn't go on it. Having said that, I came on it anyway because I came at it from the other way and there was no road closed sign at the other end of it. The other consideration is that it's 10 past 4 at the moment, 4 p.m. Now we've got 4 hours of sunlight, 2.5 hours to get home, so light's not the issue, but this is the time of day when all the wildlife starts coming out. So although there is no roadkill along here, it might be my best option just to stay on the sealed stuff. I'll make that call when I get to the other turnoff. Alright, let's go. There's no road closed sign, so that's good. And I'm not a fan of these low shrubs beside the road. Sort of place a wallaby would jump out unexpectedly. Oh, this is way more interesting than the highway. Oh, there's a road there. I didn't see this one. Here. That's what we want. It doesn't look very well trafficked, this road. Not that far off the highway, so it should be okay. Bit of dust up ahead. Looks like there's a car trail here. Probably a farmer's ute.
sounds.
Taxi!
Oh no! I was turning around and turned the camera on out the back, and this stupid emu was trying to run in front of me. It's a good thing I had plenty of speed. I want to have a look at that again. So we're heading for Tarawi. If I'm saying that right. Well, that was a long shortcut. Yeah. It looks like I might have been able to get through that other way, but I just don't have enough day in my day. Don't have enough day left in my day.